Okay, hello.
Hi.
Welcome to my podcast. Technically, the topic today is just asking some question about like philosophy and life and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And today we have our guest, Irina. Okay,
Hi.
so yeah, hello. So I think we will get to the first question. So, do you think that life have any meaning?
Well, I think definitely life has the meaning, but the thing is that it's different for everybody. I mean, for some people, the meaning of the life is in in the future generation. I mean, like to have big family and kids. For other people, uh, meaning of the life is like to create something for like to be remembered for. I mean, for example, scientists or some artists, like they live for creating something really like for creating a masterpiece or something like this. So for other people, like life and like meaning of the life is in the like I don't know, like enjoyment, let's say.
Yeah, I
So like
understand that.
there is definitely meaning in the life, but it's different for everybody.
Yeah, but did you hear about like nihilism or like absurdism, something like that?
Well, not really. You mean like that people for say that life is meaningless and
Yeah,
there is nothing to live for?
yeah, yeah.
Well, I would say that like it comes with the even for like even for one person at different times, life has different meaning. I mean, for example, when you're 5 years old, the main meaning of your life is to I don't know to have
To eat,
to have some
exactly.
sweets, to play with
Yeah,
your friends, to but when you are like 35 or 55 or 75, like the meaning of life changes. So I think that it's something connected with like teenage. Then people are like, oh, I have nothing to live for, blah blah blah. But so some people are just get stuck there, probably.
yeah, but like I think like their reason is that in the next like 500 years, probably like no one will remember about you. Like nothing you do will matter. And like in the grand scale of like universe and stuff, like well, nothing we do is like matters. I think like that is their reason.
But then, when I think it's up to you. Like, if you want to be remembered for the generations, then you have to do something, right? I don't remember the name of the guy who, like, burned the one of like world miracle. I don't remember his name. So he was like, "Yeah, I want to be remembered, even if the fame is bad." So, but anyway, so he just like decided to burn. I'll tell you his name.
I actually haven't heard about that.
Really?
What world of miracle?
So like there are seven world
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
miracles.
But like which one?
So, wait, let me Google this. This Artemis Temple.
Artemis in
Yeah,
Greek, stuff like
yeah,
that.
in Greece. So, and the name was Herostrat.
Burning Artemis temple.
Yes. So now this territory belongs to Turkey. So there was like wonderful um, Artemis temple, which was amazing, and it has these beautiful gardens. And then he decided to burn it down to be remembered, like even if the famous.
Yeah. To you, like, what is your life meaning?
Oh, I
Like, because
actually
like
it's
I'm really confused now. Like I'm at like the confused period of my life. Like I don't know
okay.
what to do with it. Like I want to, like right now, the main goal is to finish college
Mm-hmm.
and like get a job. But I think
Uh-huh.
like, okay, so what happened after that? What if I get a job? Like marry? Okay, what happened if when I finish marrying someone? And then have
Mm-hmm.
kids? Okay, so what happened after that? And like when do you think that you will like succeed or like achieve everything that you need to achieve in life?
Like, what do you do after that? Like
Yeah,
when
like
you
after like
achieve your
having kids and like having a job, like everything after that, what keeps you alive?
Well, actually, when you told me about the topic, I tried like because I've been thinking about it for a really long time, but actually, I can't really say. I decided to go with the flow now because, like, I know that of course everybody has the goals which you want to achieve, but when it doesn't come as you want it to be, yeah, it doesn't appear the like you like you've been wanting it for so long and now it didn't happen, so
Yeah.
you feel like heartbroken and you feel lost. But if you go with the flow, you can find the meaning in like little things, I think. For example, I'm in the age where it's both in Russian culture and in Vietnamese as well. It's like that you have to get married early and you have to have family, and if you don't have it by a certain age, that people think that there is something wrong with you and all this stuff. So like I'm almost 27, and of course it's quite late. Well, it's getting better, but anyway, like I remember in Vietnam everybody was telling me like, oh, you're so old and you don't have a family, why?
Yeah, like Vietnamese
So
girls, I think like they marry at age like 23, 24, stuff like that.
yeah. So but you know and it depends, like if you like what kind of perspective like what perspective you look at it from. For example, if you want to have a family just as a fact to have a family, that's one thing. But if you don't want, for example, I don't want to have a family as a matter of fact, I want to have like a soulmate. So this is like the life, like the meaning of the life, for example, to find the person who I will feel as my other half, as a,
Yeah.
even if it sounds pathetic. Or for example, with the job, I really feel like I work now as I have always been working with the kids, but now I can feel that my job, what I do, has the meaning. Then my kids say like, "Oh, I want to be like you. I want to be a teacher, or because of you, I did this and this and this." So even if for one kid something changed, that's already, it's my, like, well, it's because of me. So it gives me the power to continue. It gives me the reason to do what I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that. But like to me, it's, I don't know, but it's like I still feel like unsatisfied in some good way. Like okay, sometimes I did a great job, and I feel like okay, this is great, this is great. I feel like this has meaning. But like the next day I wake up, it's like I still have that like unsatisfaction feeling in me.
But like in what, in terms of what? In terms like that you've achieved something and you have the emptiness, or you feel like what you have done is not enough?
Yeah, it's like when you achieve something, like when I achieve something, like the next day I completely like forget about how good it feels or something like that.
But then, oh, just a second. I'm sorry, my laptop is, the battery is low, so I'm back. But then I feel it's like, it happens, then you kind of underestimate what you have done.
Yeah, but now like
So
how should I like has a like have a better understanding of what I did? I think that's the problem. Like when we get used to something, we suddenly like underestimate it.
Yeah, I think you just need to keep reminding yourself about like what you have done to achieve it. For example, even with the like with the like graduating, like
Yeah.
oh there is nothing difficult about it, but actually when you remember everything that you had to do, like all this test, all this time that you passed on studying, so you just maybe you can even write it down and say like, oh, I've done this and this and this, just to remind yourself how hard it was, so that you can be actually proud of what you have done.
Yeah. So
So
like enjoy the little things.
it's not even about enjoying, I'm quite pessimistic about
Yeah, me
everything,
too.
so like even if everything is good, I'm waiting for the bad things to come, like the things are too good, I must be prepared for, like, be ready for the war.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes you
anyway,
like you feel bad for feeling good or something like that.
yeah, exactly.
So what's
So
your
but
solution?
but actually I don't find it bad to be pessimistic, because it helps you to be ready for the worst. For example, like imagine you are enjoying something a lot, yeah, and then something bad happens and you are not ready for it, and it hits you even more. But when like you are in the middle of something, I don't know, like you are in the middle of nice relationship, for example, and you are like, in your mind, you create a story in which, like, okay, if it goes bad, what should I do? And you think of all possible solutions for this, like what I will do in case of this, what I will do in case of this, and then this. So basically you are getting ready for this. It, like, not necessarily that it will happen, but then you are ready, like, psychologically. It will not hit you. But some people say like, oh no, you shouldn't be like this, because like the universe hears you and you are programming yourself for the failure, blah blah blah. But I don't believe it. I think it's like you just you get ready for the worst, and then like you are more stable, let's say.
Yeah. Like you prepare for anything. You prepare for a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But like sometimes it really does put me in like a paranoia state, kind of. When you're like worrying so much about something that deep down you know that it may never happen. Like the chance
Mm-hmm.
that it happen is really small, but you keep worrying about that stuff.
It's more about anxiety, I would say, already. Like, I mean, this is the main thing. You just need to, you leave it once, you leave it through in your mind, and then you are just like, okay, it happened. Now I can let it go and I can enjoy it. So, but in case if it's like if it happens once again, then I already know what to do. At least this is my recipe. Like, what if I should do something?
Yeah, but like for me, I constantly like living in the past, if that's the right way to say it. Like keep replaying something that
Mm-hmm.
already happened and think about like other outcome and sometimes it really like makes me tired and like, kind of depressed sometimes.
Yeah.
So do you have any advice for that?
Well, it's actually, it's I feel like psychologist now, like giving the advice. It happens pretty often. It happens to many people. That's like, there is even a term for this, and it's like uh sense of humor in the stairs or something like this. That's like when you think, like, for example, we have a quarrel, yeah, and I don't know what to say. And then like 2 days later, and then I still keep thinking about what I should have said then.
Yeah,
So this is like, even it's a psychological term, and it happens. But again, it comes out from the anxiety. You just need to let it go, and it's like, yeah, it never. like you don't have the chance to change the past. You just need to learn from this and remember. Yes, you should remember about this, but don't like not trying to come back.
Yeah,
So
it's like a paradox.
yeah,
Is that like logically I know that I can't change the past, but for like my emotion, I still
yeah,
feel bad for it. And sometimes like your emotion like really control you at some
yeah, that's
point.
true. So like I've heard pretty many ways to deal with it. For example, when you had the quarrel, yeah, with somebody and you didn't have the chance to say what you wanted to say, or you came up with the words later on. Oh, it's about to rain. And so like you need to find the picture of this person, for example, or put a pillow in front of you and imagine that this is this person, and just to express anything, everything you wanted to say, and even if it looks stupid, anyway, it helps because like you are living this situation again. You can even like recreate the background of like what happened, and then it just like it lets you go.
Yeah. Yeah, and like sometimes it feels really good like to just say it out loud other
Yeah.
than just rethink about it. When you say it, I don't know, but it has like healing effect or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or like writing the letter
Yeah,
or
yeah.
recording the video, like anything that can help you to get rid of the emotions.
Or making a podcast.
Yeah, or making a podcast. That's also the way.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you for your insights. Now we will get to the second question.
Okay.
Okay, so how would you define your character?
Oh, I really hate this question.
I know what like for me like usually when I meet a new girls or someone like on the internet, there's always that question when I ask them like how do you like define yourself in 5 adjectives or something
Hmm.
like that. So
Okay,
how do you?
wait. Like let's make an experiment. We've been working together for quite a long, so
Yeah.
can you describe me in 5 words? And then I will say if I agree with you or no.
Okay. Oh yeah, like there's I think there's a big difference between what you think about yourself and what
And
others
what?
think about
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah,
Let me remember a long
yeah.
time ago. Okay. Like adjectives, right?
Well, sentences, I don't know.
I know, but
It's
like
up to you.
the first thing I remember is like uh short temper or something. Because I still
That's
remember one time, like in either, but there's a kid, and like he was messing with you, and like you give him the look or something like that. So like the first thing I remember was like short temper. I don't know like if there's a better word in English or something like that. But the first
actually,
word,
I still remember your face then. Like, he told me something, and I saw horror on your face, being like, oh my god, like, the storm is coming.
okay, so short temper, and like I mean like I want to say friendly, but it has been used like so so many times, so I don't want to like reuse it. Like, other than friendly, is there any other words? Friendly is like easy to talk to, something like that.
Is it going?
Yeah, easy going. Because sometimes I made like really bad jokes and kind of offensive jokes, but like you didn't really mind that much, or like at least you show that you didn't mind that much. So I think like easy going. Okay. Because like we only meet in like class or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's really hard to think of like adjectives. Easygoing, outgoing. Okay. I can't think of like a better adjective now. Like if I keep thinking it, it will just like I made up words. So I made up words. So I don't want to do that. So what about you? Do
Like,
you have
about
like
you?
adjectives about me?
Okay, well, I can't really say it as an adjective. Also, like, yeah, about the jokes. Well, I remember we've discussed this with Matt. It's like that. I think like we kind of. I don't know if you can say this. I like maybe European. You know, because
European?
like European. Because like
European,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
yeah, because like you like your sense of humor is a little bit different from most of the Vietnamese people I know. So maybe that's why, like, you know, with us it was like okay, and the jokes you were making were like funny to us, and we didn't like, yeah, we didn't find them offensive, and we were just like we kept with the like you know we kept going and could like continue making these jokes. But for most, I know that like that if you make the same joke with a Vietnamese girl, she would probably be offended.
Yeah. I think
So
like a healthy amount of them get offended.
so
Because like
yeah,
most of my jokes, I think I got it from like English Instagram or like English Twitter account, like something like that, like meme on the
yeah,
internet,
yeah.
like English meme. So that's what I get my like sense of humor from, and like even like the way I speak English, it's like a im uh like immediate or like what's the word when you like copy from someone like intimate.
Intimidate? No, like
No.
mimicrate?
No, it start with I. Like it's like
I
intimate, but not like that. Like when you copy someone or when you make an impression of someone. What's the word? I forgot about that word.
yeah, I forgot it either.
Okay, let me
Okay, yeah, I
check
understood what
on
you
Google.
meant.
In no. Okay, anyway, but like I copy from American movies or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the way I speak.
So yeah, this is the main thing. Is like the first thing that people I think
I, I
notice.
imitate.
Imitate. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's like I don't know. If I have to choose one word, it would be different, maybe.
different. Okay.
Yeah, well, like in a good way, I mean.
Okay.
And yeah, friendly, and I would say quite um at the same time quite closed. I mean, it seems like you have a lot of thoughts that are running, like that you have to think about, and you are like you don't really you are most of the time you spend into your like in your mind
Yeah.
thinking and rethinking the stuff. Okay, let's stop here.
Okay, so
So,
now like describe yourself.
but actually, you know, you were right. Yeah, I'm really short temper, but I think it quite and stubborn because like if I don't want to do something, there is nothing that can like make me do the opposite. So, but at the same time, I'm pretty um like I always worry about stuff which I realize that I should not.
Yeah, me
Like you
too.
know about for like for example what other people will think of me, or like how not to hurt feelings of other people or something like this. And of course it kind of limits you because you start thinking about the things which like other people don't even have idea about.
Yeah.
For
Like
example,
sometimes
yeah,
we
yeah,
think
I
too
will
much.
not do this. Yeah, I will not do this because then the other person will be hurt and I don't want it. And then it comes out that actually this other person didn't even know about this. And the person is like, "Oh, really? You didn't do it because of me, but I don't care."
Yeah, like sometimes it's really hard to explain to others what we think.
Yeah. Well, basically, I also think it's quite like, of course, you should not open your heart or your mind to everyone, but at some point I realized that's like people are not they can't read minds. So if you want something, you should say that you want something. And again, if you don't want to do something, you should warn that like, oh, I don't want to do it. So something like this. Yeah, short-tempered, worrying. I don't know. It's quite hard to say if I'm friendly or not because I'm friendly only with people who I want to be friendly.
Yeah, so it is. Me too,
If
me
I
too. So
if I don't like you, there is nothing in the world that can make me be friendly with you. Like I will pretend that you don't exist. This is like what I can do. But yeah, like some people. I think it's a good thing to a good feature to have, like to be able to pretend. For example, at work, like to be in good terms with the boss, for example. Yeah, even if you don't like the boss, but you anyway can be friendly. Well, that's not about me. If I don't like the person, I will be like, I hate you. Don't talk to me.
yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, but in work situation, it's really complicated.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's why, like in Vietnamese, we had a saying that never date someone from work.
Well, I think it's like everywhere actually. That's like
Yeah.
not the best idea to do it. Uh, but I remember like the thing which kind of impressed me and irritated me at the same time. That's like I know that in Vietnamese culture you have this thing of like not losing the face,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and I remember it was so like irritating for me, especially in the conflicts. That's like because the first year when I just came to work, it was quite hard in terms of the salary, in terms of the like job description of what you have to do. And then you're like, okay, can you please describe me, like tell me what I should do? And then like you don't give an answer, you don't get an answer to your questions. And of course you start like being pissed off, and then people are like, oh, you lost your face, like we don't do like this here. And I'm like, because you're not telling me what I should do, of course I'm losing my face.
Yeah, it's like we constantly like, pretend that we know everything.
Yeah,
I don't know.
just tell me like, okay, I don't know, or give me the details, or tell me like, no, I don't know, I will ask somebody else. You don't tell me this, and then like a lot of troubles come out of this.
Yeah, but like, in the long term, but most people will just think about something that is just happen at the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Okay. So, is there anything that you believe in but cannot prove?
Well, I didn't really understand. Like, do you mean the religion or like?
Yeah, stuff like that. Something you believe that there's someone who is protecting you, but you cannot prove it. Or just anything in general, like event, object, people,
Well, basically,
or just
I
like
would define.
some conspiracy.
Okay, conspiracy
Yeah,
theories. Okay.
yeah.
Well, it's quite hard to describe. I do believe that there is something. I would describe myself as like agnostic. That's like
What
I.
does that mean?
It's like that. There is atheism when you don't believe in God, or you like
Ah, yeah, yeah.
deny, yeah, the existence. Or if you are religious, like then it depends on the religion. But agnosticism, I think it's like this in English, agnosticism is like when you believe in something, when you think that there is something like supernatural, but it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't belong to one of the religions. So for example,
Yeah.
like I believe that there is something that protects me, or like that can define my fate, let's say, yeah. But I can't say if it's like if it's Jesus or if it's Buddha or if it's like Allah. No, like I don't belong to one of the groups. But anyway, I respect, like I lived in Vietnam and I lived in Tunis, and most of them are like Muslim. So, and I respect all of the religions. I just don't want to belong to any of them.
Yeah, me too. I don't think I can fit in with the religion and all their practice. But
Yeah.
I do
And
believe in like some supernatural stuff,
yeah.
like some higher being or something like that.
Yeah, that's like agnosticism. Because
Yeah.
in my opinion, atheism is also kind of religion when you're like, oh, I believe that there is nothing, but how can you prove it?
Yeah.
So like,
So it
how
works
are you
both
different?
ways.
Yeah. So yeah, like I believe in all this, like, you know, afterlife, after death life, and like the supernatural forces like witches and all this stuff. But it's like I don't let it run my life, let's say. Like definitely there is something that is beyond of our understanding, but I don't
Yeah,
know
but
what.
but I really do hope that the death is the end.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really don't want to believe that spirit exists or something like that.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, that's quite like, you chose really a philosophical topic today.
Yeah, I mean like actually I read a lot about like philosophy and psychology stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. Because when I start university, I kind of have like uh, a breakdown or something,
Mm-hmm.
like new environment and new friends, everything like that. I'm not really like an adaptive guy,
Yeah.
so it really like hit me hard. And like I already an overthinker, so in university I like overthink even more. That's why I like start like reading book, like
Mm-hmm.
try to rearrange my thoughts, because I realized that I can't just stop overthinking. So instead I try to like redirect my thoughts. So to like
Yeah.
deal with my problem, I choose like psychology books and like philosophy stuff like that.
Yeah, but only like as my psychologist said, like, sometimes you are digging too hard, which is
Yeah.
quite dangerous. Like, don't try not to do it too often. And I'm like, okay, I will. I hope.
Like the more you read, the more you want to know. So it's really like a rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, do you normally like compare yourself to anyone?
Yeah, all the time, actually.
Is there like that one person who you like always like compare yourself to?
I don't think that it's just one person. I think it always depends on the situations
Yeah, but
and
like
like
the biggest influencer, if that's correct.
yeah,
Like
but I don't think I have this one like no. But always, I found out about myself that I'm actually really jealous person,
yeah, me too.
or like envious. That's like, then
Yeah, what's the
something.
difference between like jealousy and envy?
I think it's like jealousy. Actually, yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, jealousy is more like that. I want it to be mine or something like this. When you like, for example, if it's mine and nobody's else, yeah. Or like, for example, if you have something and I really like it and I want it to be mine.
Okay,
But
I understand that. With
envy is more
envy,
about like, maybe if I like it, I don't want you to have it too. Like, if I don't have it, you don't have it too. Maybe
oh,
something
that is
like this.
actually an interesting point. Yeah. So I guess I'm more like an envy guy. I don't know.
Okay. Well, for me, it's different from topic to topic. Again, for some people, I started thinking like if you have something what I want and I don't have it, so I try to find the reasons why, like what you do or what you have, and what I lack if I don't have this. So for me, in some cases, jealousy is, I believe that it's like a tool to develop. For
Yeah.
example, like
Like to
if
develop
I don't
yourself.
have this, yeah. So if I don't have this and I really want it, and other people have, so there must be something wrong with me, and I need to learn from them.
For me, I just
So
like avoid like the source of envy. Like the biggest problem is that I don't really like have like a relationship or something like that.
hmm
So I like on Instagram there's the mute
avoid
button. Do
cup.
you know? Like I mute every single one in my friend list who has a like who has a partner.
Okay.
Like I mute every single one of them. Not unfollow, but I don't want to like click on their story and
Just
like
see,
see
yeah.
their moments and stuff like that. So I mute every single one.
Really?
Yeah. Like
But you know,
when I have like a healthy mental like like my when my mental is like healthy, I don't
hmm
mind that. But like
yeah.
sometimes it's really I feel really tired and I click on Instagram and I click on one story and it's like it's the worst. Like that feeling.
Oh, you know what pisses me off the most? Like this is what I'm used to. That's like then couples which are together for like month or two, and then they start posting pictures like, oh, he's my like soulmate, or she's my other half. I can't live without you, blah blah blah. And then like 1 or 2 months later, they break up. They found another person, and it all starts like from the beginning. So this is what I hate.
Yeah, like, and sometimes they screenshot
Yeah.
their text and like that's the worst. Like no one wants to know that.
Yeah.
And like for me, compare myself, I think most of the time, like my father,
Okay.
even like consciously or subconsciously, I think like I always like copy my father.
Mm-hmm. So,
Even
and
like
do you like it, or would you like to avoid it?
technically, I want to avoid it
Okay, why?
because like when you are like sometimes you see the like bad personalities from your parents
Mm-hmm.
and like you slowly seeing yourself acting just the same is really bad, something
Oh
like that.
yeah. Yeah,
But
it's
like
quite hard.
objectively, like my dad is a great person. So like in my family, like my bigger family,
Mm-hmm.
like my dad is always considered uh like great man of the family or something like that. It's like a
Okay.
big shadow or something to live up to.
Okay, I see. Well, it's quite hard to, because when you're the kid, your parents and your all family members, they look like superheroes to you, and they don't see any like negative sides. And then when you grow up, it actually can be like a trauma to some people
Yeah.
when they realize it's like, actually my parents are not perfect. They can have some like failures too, and some people just can't deal with it.
Okay, so if you knew that nobody would judge you, what would you do differently?
um just a second, my boss is texting me.
Okay. Is there like something spontaneous happen?
No, like because I have to prove to how to I forgot the word. That's like that I will attend the lesson, like that I will not skip it. Okay, so I think if I would, what I would do differently. I think I would probably be more active in terms of like how to call it, like expressing my feelings for somebody.
Yeah, yeah, I
Because
think it happened to all of us.
yeah, because I have, maybe it's from the childhood. Maybe I actually don't know where it comes from. But if even if I like somebody like so much, I'm like I have a huge crush, and I'm like have it's actually quite obvious, quite easy to see because I cannot talk to the person who I like. I'm like that that like I can't make normal sentences. It looks so stupid. But I never say, like, even if I like a person so much, like I'm completely in love, I never express my feelings. And I think it's because of like fear of rejection.
Yeah, I think
So
it happens
even
like
if,
both sides.
yeah, but if I knew that I would not be judged for this, like then I would express my feelings more openly, let's say.
Yeah, I always have that problems too. Like even now, I think.
Really, even
Yeah.
now.
But to be honest, if nobody would judge me, I think it's like a scary situation
Why?
because like sometimes I have this kind of like weird thoughts or something
Okay.
that like logically I know that I shouldn't think about or like I shouldn't do in any form, stuff like that. So it's
Oh my
actually a
God, are you a
scary,
maniac?
actually a scary situation if I know that no one judged me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would do something like I would do something bad or illegal, but yeah,
It's
it's
just
more
like
about, because it happens pretty often when you really want to do something and you fear that what will people tell you?
yeah, I think like that's our next question too. Like, what would you do if you couldn't feel fear?
You couldn't feel fear. Well, it's actually like fear helps prevents us from doing dangerous stuff.
Yeah, but like even
So
if you do dangerous stuff and you don't feel fear, like that is still a good thing, right? Like you do some dumb shit and like you lose your arm or your leg, but you don't feel fear. So, like, what's the big
I
deal about that if you don't feel fear at all?
well, anyway, I think like I don't think fear is a bad thing.
Yeah,
It's actually quite good.
it's
It
like survival
saves you.
mechanism.
Yeah. So, I like some extreme. Yeah, like for like I don't know, paragliding. I would do parachuting definitely. That will be the
I would
first thing
never
because
like skydiving or like parachuting or like bungee jumping. I would never do that. Like, even with a roller coaster, I don't
really,
do the roller coaster. No, that's why I
I
hate like amusement park.
I love all this stuff. So this is kind of I think what for me it's more about like the society stuff. That's like I would do like I would be more active probably. I would behave differently if I didn't have the fear of judgment. Yeah, like I'm yes, of course there's other human like I'm quite scared of hate or like the I don't know the deep like I don't know the scuba diving, yeah, but you can overcome this fear. But with people it's always like you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, so you
I
need
see.
to like develop a thick face, so you
Yeah,
don't care about what
definitely.
they say. Okay, next question, like, are you holding on to something that you need to let go of? And like normally, like, why is it so hard to let go?
Well, if I had the question, if I had the answer to the question, why is it so hard? I think I would be like, I would open the, eternal wisdom, and I would be so rich because I would
Yeah,
have
but
the
like
answer to this
sometimes,
question.
like with psychology, it's like you know the answer, but you just can't apply it to yourself. Like you
Yeah,
know that
that's true.
is the bad thing. You shouldn't do that, but you just can't help yourself from doing it. So it's like
Yeah,
it's always a paradox.
I don't know how to answer this question. So what I'm holding on to all the time, I think it's like all the past, the experience, like the result of past relationship. I mean, like friendship, relationship with the family, like romantic relationship. Because anyway, like from like I believe that you get the lesson from the each person you meet on the way. So you learn something from them. And sometimes it can be good, and sometimes it can be really bad and traumatic, but it only helps to it you should only keep it to, like, not to repeat the same mistakes. But what happens in practice is like you keep remembering it, and you keep thinking about it, you keep getting hurt by this, but you keep doing the same mistake over and over and again.
Yeah.
Just a second. Oh. Ага. Ага. Хорошо. Спасибо. Uh-huh. Sorry. Yeah, what I was talking about the trauma. So like, yeah, I would happily let go, like all the bad experience which I had with some people. Think like, the first romantic relationship when they definitely are going to fail, and you get affected by this the whole your life.
Yeah, I think I did have some experience about that. But like mostly with all the crushes. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's like you know it will never it will never work out, but you still hold on to it.
Yeah. Or like keep checking the Instagram page to see like
Yeah,
the updates and watching stories, and you're like, I understand, like, why do you keep doing this? It gives you nothing in your life. Like, why do you do this?
that's like
But anyway, you keep doing it.
clingy, right? The word
Yeah.
clingy. Yeah. Okay, next question. We have
Mm-hmm.
like 10 questions to help
Yeah.
our viewers understand their lives better. Okay. Uh, when is the time to stop calculating risk and rewards and just do what you know is right? Do you have that moment when you know that you need to stop calculating like what's bad, what's good, and just do what you think is right?
Well, I actually I read somewhere that it's like if you are up to something, you have to take the first step, like to make something to achieve it in the first like 48 hours, I think.
Like
Like
make a
at least.
decision
Hmm?
in 48 hours. Make a decision in 48 hours.
Not to make the decision, but like to actually start acting in this period of time. For example, I don't know, if you decide to, for example, you are like, oh, I don't know, I want to take dance classes, so in next 2 days you have to either, like, sign in to a dancing school or buy dancing shoes, or to actually start doing something. Otherwise, like, it will never happen.
Yeah, but like 48 hours are still like a long time.
Yeah.
procrastinate.
Yeah, that's true. But what I learned from, like, as for me, it's like when you have to stop acting, you have to start acting when you realize that you cannot take it anymore. That's like, even if it should be now or never.
Yeah, sometimes
So
it's a really like relief feelings. I don't
yeah,
know. It's like
yeah,
it push you. Like you
yeah,
feel like you have to do this. Like suddenly you don't care anything about like what's the risk you may
yeah,
like encounter. And like I did have some moments like that before, and it feels really good. Like at that time.
yeah. That's true. Because, like, when you are kind of like hung, when you are, yeah, hung, hang. I don't remember the first form. So like when you are in uncertain situation, it like keeps you in this situation, and you cannot move on, you cannot step back, and it's so uncertain, and you keep thinking again, like coming back to what we were talking about. It like you keep thinking and thinking about it over and over again, but then you actually do something. It's like it's either yes or no. There is no other choice. And if it's no, you can keep going. Yeah, you can overcome it. Yes, it might hurt, but anyway, like you don't stay in this anymore. But if it's no, or if it's yes, well, you get something new. Anyway, like you keep going. You don't get stuck in this thing.
Yeah, I think the scariest thing is that when you can't make a decision.
Yeah, that's like, again, coming back to the skydiving, like the hardest thing is actually to make the step out of the plane when you're already like in
Yeah.
the air. So that's why somebody like always pushes you from the plane.
Yeah, yeah, I think that is actually a good thing.
Yeah.
Like for students, I think like me or like other students experience that when like for in Vietnam we don't normally like raise our hands that often in a class.
Hmm.
Like when the teacher asks something, and like, we keep thinking like, should we raise our hand? Like, is our answer is good? Is it
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
correct and something like that? And
But
like,
again, I think it's quite connected with underestimating. It's like if you are sure that you are like, if your answer is perfect and you know it really well, then you will raise your hand. But if you are not sure and you're like, is it good enough? Am
yeah,
I
yeah.
like smart enough? Then this is what happens. That's true.
So like at least we should like pick an option, A or B, other than nothing.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Always pick something.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are almost 30 now, right? 30
Oh,
years old.
stop!
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Okay, so for you, like how should we measure success?
Well, again, it's kind of like bringing us back to the first question, like what is the meaning of the
Yeah.
life? So I think you should measure your success in life by what your meaning of the life is. For example, if the meaning of your life is to have the like a big and, I don't know, nice family with many kids, so then you are successful if you have this family. If for you the meaning of the life is to get to make like the amazing career, to achieve something, to get the, like, I don't know, like to earn a lot of money, then you can measure success by this. If it's like uh if your meaning of life is traveling around the world and, I don't know, see different countries, so then this is a success for you. What I think the wrong thing, what I think the wrong thing is to measure others people's success by your measurements.
Yeah.
For example, if my dream is to, I don't know, for example, my dream is to go to the Everest, to climb the Everest. And then for me, everybody who didn't do it are losers. So this is wrong.
Yeah, I
It's the
understand that.
same, like, for example, if I dream of having 5 kids, so then everybody who don't do it, they're like, oh, you are shit, you don't do what I want, you don't achieve it. So for me, this is wrong. Okay, what about you? What do you think?
Like measure success.
Mm-hmm.
I think like for me, like people are, if people are happy with their life, I think they are successful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
something
true.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like I'm using my my own measurement to measure other success. But yeah, for me, like if I feel happy with my life, yeah. But like to feel happy with your life is a hard part.
Yeah.
It's a very complicated part.
Depends on so many things.
Yeah.
Like, that's true.
Maybe like just success in that moment. Yeah.
Like, yeah, enjoy the moment. Be right here, right now.
Yeah. So did you like have you seen the movie like Soul from Pixar? Like that
Yeah, I've heard
cartoon.
about it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, you should watch it.
I'm going to, but
It's
like,
really good, and I'm pretty sure like that movie isn't for children because they
yeah,
had
that
some like
it's
really like philosophical ideas there. So the
yeah.
last question, what would you regret if you died tomorrow?
I think I would regret about that I haven't said what I wanted to say to people. Because, like, as I said, I'm really bad at expressing my feelings, expressing my uh like interest in someone. Yeah, like, I barely tell my family that I love them because, like, well, they know it. Why should I keep saying this? But it's really
Yeah, for me it's
important.
kind of like cringe, and I
Yeah,
still
yeah,
can't
yeah.
say that too.
Exactly. So, like, why should they, like, you already know it. Why should they keep saying this? Like, come on. But I realized that it's really important for many people, like, to actually hear what other people feel.
Yeah,
So I think I would regret about this. It's like I was not able to, because again, maybe some people just don't realize how much they mean to me because I don't really express it, and they might even not know it. So I think I would regret of this. And you?
yeah, I think that too. But like because I'm a like 20 years old guy, so like I think express here is mostly like, express to someone I like. Or like even in the past when because like actually like, I had a lot of crushes. I didn't
Really?
know. Yeah, because I think like when you are not in a relationship, it's easier to like fond of someone. And
Yeah.
like after like maybe 1 month, 2 months, it dies out or something like that. But
Yeah.
like if I die tomorrow, probably I will make a list of everyone I have ever liked and like send them that I used to like you or something like that, or I still like you. Like just
And
for me
you
because
actually will be surprised how many answer will answer you back, being like, "Oh, I actually liked you too, but you like I was afraid." It's like something that
yeah.
happens all the time.
But like for me, it isn't a big problem because it's
Why?
like I did this for myself. I do this for myself or something like that. Because
Yeah.
really, I sometimes I feel like I'm a coward or something because I like a lot of people, but I have never like told someone that I like them. Like
Yeah.
in my history or something. Like I did that once with a girl that already liked me, but for now I don't. I don't really like had feelings for her. And that is another
Oh,
kind of mistake. So,
yeah,
but like
that's
if I
true.
die tomorrow, then yeah, probably like a list of people, just send them everything.
Yeah, I would do the same actually, being like, you know what?
Yeah, like Even right now, I don't have any feelings for them.
Yeah.
I feel like I have like responsible to do that for my like past self or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is like one of my like mindset.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I want to do something that like my past self will like feel proud of me
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
Well, I actually recently did something like this. When I was 18, I was on the like internship, and I was living in a family when I was in Tunisia, in Tunis. And I was living in a family, and there was my host brother who was taking care of me, and I had a huge crush on him. Like, again, I could barely talk to him because I was all the time like,
Okay.
so I was like 18 at the time. So, and it was until recently. I mean, maybe it was like last month or a couple of months ago. And we were texting and we were talking like what happened with our lives, blah, blah, blah. So it's been almost 10 years. And he's like, and I was like, actually, I had a crush on you. And he was like, well, actually, I had it too. So, but you just didn't notice this. And I was like, shit. He was like, why didn't you tell me anything? I was like, why didn't you tell me anything? So it was funny.
Yeah, but it feels good, right? Finally
Yeah,
say
it
it out.
does. But I mean, if both of us expressed our feelings at that time, life could be so much different.
Yeah,
But
like if we can turn back time, I don't know.
yeah, well, unfortunately, we have to.
Yeah,
Our time is coming to the end.
I think it's like great timing because that's the last question now.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you
Okay.
for being
Thank
here.
you very much. It was really
Like
nice to talk
answer
to
some
you.
philosophical questions.
Yeah.
Next time we may have like other guests and talk about other like deep stuff.
Okay. I'm
Because
looking forward.
I actually like more interested in like what people really think and like what's their mindset or something like that, other than just some surface questions.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
true.
thank you everyone.
Okay.
Don't forget to subscribe, like drop a like and leave a comment below. Tell us what you think. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.